Hi everyone, I'm Diana from Sew Outside the Box, and today I am going to be using this wool thread and I'm just going to whip stitch down these circles. I'm actually using the wool acrylic blend, and this is Sue Spargo Wonderful Ellana wool thread. And I think I have a pretty good match here. Sometimes the match is not perfect, so we're just going to do what we can to get close. And I'm going to whip stitch this one little circle, and then you can see I've done a couple others. And again, this one was not perfect. It was not a perfect match. This one was very close. I love the way this looks. And the yellow was pretty good also. Okay, I thread up my needle. Got a little knot on the end, and then I begin. So I'm going to come up through the back. I'm going to bring my needle to the front or the top of my work, just a slight bit away from the edge. This one, because the color is actually not super perfect, I'm going a little closer to the edge than I would normally go. I might take a little bit of a bigger bite if the thread was a closer match, but I think this is going to work out just fine. And also the wool is a thicker weave. These like herringbone and stuff, these tend to fray a little bit more, so you do have to take a little bit of a bigger stitch. But this one is quite tightly woven, and I think it's okay to take a smaller bite there. Now the other thing is, when I come up and when I'm pulling the thread, just experiment with the way you're pulling, because maybe this one I might have done a little bit too tight. If you pull the thread too tight, you're going to dig right in. See how I did it with that one? And I kind of did it with that one also. So when the thread doesn't match perfectly, you want to pay extra attention to how tightly you're pulling that thread, because we want it to blend, but we don't want to create the scallop edge, and we definitely don't want the thread just to be sitting on top of our wool. So when I pull the thread, my stitch is parallel to the edge of the circle. And now I'm going to pull the needle out. I don't need that anymore holding it in place. I haven't used any fusible on these circles. I just pinned them in place and then whip stitch them down. Okay, so I'm coming to the end of the circle, and now I will make my last couple stitches. Is it perfect? No, it's not. Is it okay? Yeah, I like it just fine. So my last stitch here, so I go ahead and take this last stitch, and then I will flip my work over, and I take just a tiny bit of the wool fabric to create this loop. And then I go through once, twice, pull it tight. I have a knot. There we go. And then I'm going to choose a color and move on, choose another matching color, the closest match I can get, and work on getting some more of the stitches stitched down.